Alberta Primetime with Micheal Higgins.
Welcome to Alberta Primetime. Ahead tonight, our Friday panel on the U.S. tourism industry pleading for the return of Canadian travel dollars. But first, ready for round two. Corb Lund has submitted another petition application, the Alberta musician, calling for legislation to ban new coal mining on the eastern slopes of the Rockies. His first application was approved by Elections Alberta in December, but subsequently cancelled when the government approved Bill 14, bringing changes to the citizen initiative process. And Corb Lund joins us now. Mr. Lund, good to see you, sir. Appreciate the opportunity to chat about this evening.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. It doesn't look like the Bill 14 amendments are holding you back. What's keeping you undeterred, motivated to make this petition happen?
Yeah, I've been involved in this fight against coal mines in the Rockies for 6 years now. So, I mean, a few extra weeks because of the application is no big deal. We're happy to jump through whatever hoops we have to get the mining stopped.
So how did the amendments in Bill 14 land with you then when the government passed them in the fall?
Like emotionally or logistically? What do you mean?
Either way, what struck you first?
It was just another pain in the butt from the government. But like I said, we rolled our eyes and reapplied and used the time to build an even better team of IT people and canvassers and organizers and lawyers, so we have a pretty good team ready to go now. As far as logistics, it basically just pushed us back a month or so, something like that.
Okay, so
we just kind of got caught up in the changes. I don't think it was. I don't know what the reason was for it. The premier had been saying that she was anticipating the results of the petition, that the rules are out there to be followed, and then we applied and she changed the rules. So, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Water under the bridge. We're going forward. So,
was there a point at which you thought you would have to pay the heightened application fee, a fee that went from $500 to $25,000?
Yeah, no, that was pretty clear from the beginning that we were not subject to that. So, that wasn't a factor for us. You know, the thing is, we've been fighting these coal mines for 5 or 6 years now, and I have, some people longer than that. But this Grassy Mountain mine keeps coming up over and over and over, and it was turned down in 2021 by the federal government and the provincial government, and the coal companies appealed it 3 times in court, and the appeals were thrown out. And polling in the province time after time has shown that 70% of people don't want it, and still the government has let them reapply, even after they said it was it was a dead project. It was rejected on all fronts. And then Minister Brian Jean apparently reached out to the AER, the regulatory body, and told them to consider it an advanced project. So somebody in the government really, really, really wants this mine to go through, and the public really, really, really doesn't. So that's where we're at. And the wording of our petition is specifically worded to include Grassy Mountain. And you're in Edmonton. There's a similar mine in the Bighorns called Blackstone, which Edmontonians should be concerned about, because that's that mining project is in about the same spot as Grassy is. It's in the approval process, and that one is at the headwaters of the North Saskatchewan River, which feeds you guys. So
now, anticipating you'll again get a green light, what is the message you'll take to Albertans to get them to sign the petition? Well,
you know, there's 2 things about it. One is there's a lot of really compelling reasons not to have irresponsible coal mining at the headwaters of our water supply. That should be pretty obvious to most people. And I've mentioned over and over and over that I have no political partisan dog in this fight. I don't like any of the parties. This has nothing to do with parties. And also, I mentioned that this is a really wide coalition of Albertans that don't want this. The people that brought me into this were not leftists. They were generational ranchers west of Nanton whose water was going to be ruined and who some of their land was going to be ruined by coal mines. So we've slowed them down, but they're still coming. They're just grinding away. And, you know, this Grassy Mountain mine is at the headwaters of the Old Man River, which feeds 200,000 people downstream and feeds a food processing industry in Lethbridge, and, you know, includes areas of the Old Man which are pristine fly fishing areas. And it's just, you know, when I was asked to come into this thing, I didn't really know much about it, and I didn't have a dog in the fight. So I spent about 6 weeks meeting with people and reading as much as I could find on the issue from all sides, and it just doesn't add up. The environmental impacts don't add up, and the the economic impacts don't add up. We keep hearing over and over about these jobs, and I understand, we all understand about jobs, but the word jobs is not a magic wand that you wave that mitigates all the effects of the project. And we're talking about a few hundred jobs in the Crow's Nest Pass area, and it doesn't take into account anybody downstream, or it doesn't take into account the effect on agricultural jobs, tourism jobs, you know. And I always tell fiscal conservatives, as I said, I don't care about parties. And what I say to people who are probably UCP voters, it's okay to criticize your own team when they made a mistake. I don't care who you vote for. I'm not trying to change your vote. I'm just trying to tell you that if your team makes a mistake, you got to call them on it. And they made a really big mistake on this coal thing, and they keep pushing it. And to the fiscal conservatives out there, I say, I guarantee, I stake my reputation on this. 10, 20, 30 years from now, I guarantee that those coal mining companies will be gone, and the mess will be left to the taxpayer to clean up, and it'll be billions.
It goes without saying, you're a well-known Albertan. You've pointed out, you've long voiced opposition to coal mining activities. Has anyone from the government reached out to you to discuss your concerns?
Oh, yeah, I've spoken to many, many ministers. Yeah, and frankly, I hate saying this because I don't like it, but I knew more about the issue than any of them. Like, they don't know what they're talking about. They just make stuff up. And you can tell from what they say. I know the issue so intimately. When they talk to me, I can tell that they've only been told about it from the coal mining industry. Like, they don't have any understanding of the effects this is going to have. And they keep saying that they can mitigate the contaminants, and they can't. Their own... And also, the coal mining companies they're in full PR mode right now. Like, they are the shiny advertisements and all kinds of stuff over social media. And I would love to talk to one of those folks, you know, in a moderated public debate, because I just don't think they're telling the truth.
All right, one more question for you, Corb. Worried at all, and this is anticipating, you got a green light again, worried at all that Albertans might be getting petitioned out, you know, given all the attention now around efforts to seek a referendum on separation, MLA recall campaigns continuing?
I don't know. It's not my concern. Like, I'm just focused on the coal issue, and we've had an overwhelming, like, seriously overwhelming amount of support already, and we haven't even really started. So I'm pretty. I don't think that's a factor. I think people are the majority of Albertans care enough about the water and the mountains that they'll do the right thing. We also would like to say that if you'd like to help us, go to coalpetition.ca and sign up to be a canvasser. We need lots of canvassers. We've got a bunch already, but we need more.
All right. We'll have to leave it there for time. Appreciate your time this evening, Mr. Lund. Thank you kindly, sir.
You bet. Thanks.
That's Alberta musician, rancher, and anti-coal petition proponent Corb Lund.